Let's talk about the history and benefits of Linux. And we will just begin by discussing the history. So it is important to understand that the roots of Linux span all the way back into the 70s. Now we are not saying that Linux was developed in the 70s. What we are saying is that we started out with another operating system known as Unix. Now Unix was developed by AT&T Labs back in 1969 and then it was released in 1970. Now this Unix was built on the C programming language and it was done for portability. That's why Unix was developed. Now from that point on, there was another operating system that was developed and that was known as BSD. Now BSD was developed by Berkeley. This was done in 1977 and it was really based on the 6th version of Unix. After that we saw the GNU project and that started in 1987, and the idea here was to take what Unix was and make a free version of it. And so this GNU project started bringing in these different pieces to try to put that together, but it never completely got there. So there was traditional development that continued around the Unix operating system, and again with the idea of increasing this free operating system, and that continued on for a while. Now Linus Torvalds began this project in 1991 that isn't originally called Linux, but it becomes what we now know today as the Linux kernel. And so that's kind of how things begin at a very high level. Now initially that Linux kernel that was developed by Linus was done in Minix using the GNU C compiler. So again it was based on that C programming language, and it kind of stemmed or sprung from the other development that was happening to take Unix developed by AT&T Labs and make it free. Now what are the benefits for us to use Linux today? Well, first of all, it is free, and so we like that. It is open source, and that actually means a lot. What that means, the fact that it is open source, is that there is a plenty of resource available and they come in different forms. There is several user community, there's blog, there is discussion forum, and so for anybody to get involved in using Linux or the development of Linux, it is definitely possible and feasible to do that. There is so much support out there. Another benefit of Linux today is that it is stable, and because of this stability it is attractive to enterprise environment.